Hey guys, this is Frozen 2 Fanboy 2004 here and welcome back to another video. Yes guys, my voice has finally returned and I've actually tested negative for COVID. Finally, I don't have COVID anymore, so now I can go back to making actual voiced videos and yeah, I hope you guys love my Frozen 2 Black Panther Wakanda Forever Cherry Style and my Frozen and Phoebe movie. If you haven't seen any of those two movies, those two videos, please go watch them. They're both worth it, and both two of my proudest videos I've ever done on my channel. But this video, we're gonna be talking about the MCU. I know the Comic Con was two weeks ago, but I really couldn't stop thinking about it for those 2 weeks that has passed, and now I want to talk about my thoughts on Phase 5 and 6, the upcoming MCU movies. I already did a video about Black Panther Wakanda Forever and how much I'm hyped for it. I just cannot stop watching that teaser trailer for it. So yeah, as you guys know, I am a defender of what is now titled the Multiverse Saga. I think I actually prefer the Multiverse Saga over the Infinity Saga. Unpopular opinion, please don't hurt me. But I mean, the Infinity Saga is fantastic. I mean, yeah, and I get what they're trying to do, but I just love the Multiverse Saga because it has like some team members that I'm passionate about, like Kate Bishop, Yelena, America Chavez, and many more. And I really love the multiverse style. Like I love that the weirdness of it, the spectacle of it, and yeah, I think the multiverse saga gets way too much hate. But yeah, now time for me to share my thoughts on Phase 5 and 6. Of course, we gotta start with Phase 5 of the MCU. First, I want to get over with the animated shows because the animated shows were like the first thing that was announced on the first day before the actual movies. So yeah, um, there's What If season 2, which yeah, What If is a great show. It's not the best show. But for an animated project for like the MCU trying to do something new, trying to make animation, I think they did a really good job. It's just that there's some episodes I find very forgettable. But yeah, that's just yeah, I don't care. But I think the great episodes are absolutely amazing. Like What If Zombies would be my favorite What If episode. With the new season of What If, honestly, the episode ideas that was brought up sound so uninteresting and boring. I mean, I know there's Odin versus the Mandarin. There's Captain Carter meeting the Winter Soldier. But one episode I am hyped for is a Hela story. Yeah. It's an episode about Hela, which I have been dying to see a Hela origin story. Because ever since Thor Ragnarok came out, I've always like wanted this Hela origin story, and we're finally getting it within What If. So yeah, there's also Spider-Man freshman year, which I'm looking forward to, but I have my skepticisms because I don't like that Tom Holland isn't repressing this role. There's no MJ, but I actually kind of love how it's gonna be messing with MCU the MCU canon, and it's gonna like be self-aware that it's gonna explore as Spider-Man's powers. Hopefully, it's a good retelling and way better than that garbage, The Amazing Spider-Man. I still hate that movie so much. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited for Spider-Man freshman year. X-Men 97 is another one. I don't have any nostalgia for the X-Men shows personally, but I am like introduced to nothing yet. But now let's talk about my most anticipated MCU show, in my opinion, and that is Marvel's Zombies. Yeah, it is my most anticipated MCU show in general. It used to be my most anticipated MCU project, but not anymore. There's not anymore, in my opinion, but probably a close second for me. So, why am I hyped for Marvel Zombies, you may ask? Well, mainly because Marvel Zombies is going to be the very first R-rated MCU project. Like, technically for TVMA, but it's going to be the first adult rated MCU movie, and it's going to be the first mature one. and that's definitely intriguing. And the second thing that gets me hyped for it is the cast. Cast for it. You got Alexi, you got Katie, Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, Jimmy Woo, I think, and but I think the two characters that makes me hype for is the most Kate Bishop and Yelena. Yeah, my two favorite MCU characters being on the same team. I've always wished they did that. I absolutely love the chemistry in Hawkeye, which Hawkeye will always be the best MCU project in my opinion. But yeah, I'm excited to see them. They're like the main reasons why it was my most anticipated. But then I was like, oh yeah, maybe they're gonna be together in the Avengers. Yeah, which I'll definitely get to later. But so yeah, Marvel Zombies is my most anticipated show. But now let's get into Phase 5 and Phase 6. So yeah. So my thoughts first. Let's start with my thoughts on Phase 5. I'm definitely down for it. If Phase 4 may be my favorite phase yet, but let's see if Phase 5 can top it. So yeah. My most anticipated MCU film for Phase 5 would have to be Thunderbolts because one reason because I really like the idea of that. I've always wanted the idea of Marvel supervillains teaming up with the government, which the person who's gonna be recruiting this is Thunderbolt Ross, General Ross or whatever you call him. But I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, a pretty good character. But I'm excited to see him fight. But I think it could be his best appearance in the MCU yet. So yeah, and yeah, I think the team they haven't announced a team yet until D23, but I think the team may consist of the leader being the I keep forgetting her name, but she's the one who hired Yelena to go after Hawkeye and the post crazy of Black Widow. Someone told me that she's gonna be the leader of this movie. Played by the same actress who played Laurel from Onward, who's my favorite character in Onward. So yeah, Yelena's gonna be in it, which is probably the main reason why I'm hyped for Thunderbolts is because Yelena's gonna be in the team. Anything with Yelena or any MCU character I'm passionate about is always a win for me. Um, John Walker's Captain America's gonna be in it. Zemo's gonna be in it. Ghost is another member that I'm hyped for. Ghost is actually my temporarily my Ant-Man crush until Cassie Lang. I think Cassie Lang will be my new Ant-Man crush when Quantum comes out, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, hype for Thunderbolts. Captain America: New World Order is another one. I'm hyped for. Mostly excited for Sharon Carter's return because Sharon Carter was easily the best part of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and considering the twist that she was the power broker, I'm excited to see what they do with her in this movie. But I'm also excited for it because it's a new Captain America film. I don't think Captain America should have gotten a fourth film before more Thor. I mean, people want a Thor 5 now. I don't want a Thor 5 personally. But yeah, I'm excited for New World Order. I hope Sharon Carter will be in it. I wonder who's gonna be and I'm curious to know who's gonna be the villain. So yeah, would this be the best Captain America movie? Well, maybe it has potential, but yeah, we'll see. Um, and then there is Guardians Volume 3, which most people call it their most anticipated MCU project. And I can totally see why, because, James Gunn is one of the best comic book directors, and he's always trustworthy with the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, especially Guardians 2 and The Suicide Squad, which is the best James Gunn film yet. Guardians 3 is said to be very mature and yeah, very emotional, and Rocket is going to be the main character in Guardians 3, which is very intriguing. Yeah, since Rocket is such a great character, and he's actually a fan favorite character. But in my opinion, my favorite MCU character is Mantis. My favorite no, not MCU. My favorite Guardians character. I mean, so yeah. Yeah, Guardians 3, I think it could be the best. This is going to be the best Guardians of the Galaxy movie, in my opinion, but what top the Suicide Squad as the best James Gunn film? Well, That one I don't know about, but I hope it does. And then there is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which yeah, I think Ant-Man is the most underrated, one of the most underrated MCU heroes alongside Hawkeye and well, certain others. So, and yeah, Ant-Man is a really underrated character. The first Ant-Man, both Ant-Man films are really underrated. I know I'm probably in a minority who thinks that Ant-Man the Wasp is better than Ant-Man 1. But yeah, Ant-Man the Wasp is just one of the most overly hated MCU films. I'm glad that people are actually talking about Quantumania. People are actually hyped for it, and I think this could be the best Ant-Man film. Now I know people are hyped for it just because of the Conqueror. I know Kang the Conqueror is going to be the big baddie in the MCU. I know the big baddie in the multiverse saga. I gotta be honest with you now. I know you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I was not a fan of Kang the Conqueror in Loki. Like how they handle this character, because here's the reason why. I wanted to see him as a real threat, like since, like he was set. Loki was the show to introduce the big baddie for the multiverse. I wanted them to make him feel like a threat, but I feel like he's sorry about that, but as I was saying, he's way too comedic. Yeah, and he didn't really oppose anything. He didn't seem so threatening. He didn't feel convincing that he was gonna be so threatening because like all he done was just talk about his like things, and it's so exposition heavy. Yeah, I still really like Loki. It's a great show, but I just didn't really like the finale. I thought Kang the Conqueror is the most overrated MCU villain, but I think that they're gonna improve Kang the Conqueror. They're gonna make him a much better villain, and I think they're gonna make him a lot more threatening. Is threatening, but the main reason why I'm excited for Kang and also Quantumania, I already mentioned it earlier, is because of Cassie Lang. Because first of all, love Catherine Newton as um Cassie Lang. She hasn't been in any mind blowing roles. I mean, yeah, I thought Freaky was pretty good. I can't believe I hated Freaky back then, but now I think Freaky is actually a pretty decent movie. Really enjoyed that one, and Catherine Newton was excellent as a. But I think this could be her best performance yet as Cassie Lang, and finally she actually became a superhero, which is exactly what I asked for. If you guys remember the scene in Ant-Man was when Cassie Lang wanted to become a hero and team up with Scott Lang, they're actually doing it. And I do heard that this is going to be a lot more serious, more mature with the typical Ant-Man small scale formula, but it's going to be more mature. So let's see what they're going to do with that. This is definitely in my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2023 alongside Guardians 3. And then next one I want to talk about is Blade. I mean, I'm doing this in random order now, but yeah, I remember back in Comic Con 2019 when Blade like shocked the world. The world was shocked about like that Blade was going to be in the MCU, like, and like, but yeah, now I don't have any attachment to Blade. I really enjoyed the Blade movies with Wesley Snipes, but so I'm not really as hyped for Blade as others are. I do think it's a little bit overhyped. But yeah, no, but that's not saying much. I still think Blade's gonna be awesome. Mahershala Ali could be better than Wesley Snipes, and I think this could be the best Blade movie ever made in my opinion. It's just I'm just more excited for Guardians 3 and Quantumania, but I'm definitely more hyped for Blade than the Marvels, which yeah, sorry guys, sorry Harry Thomas, but the Marvels is what I'm least excited for. Now, I will say this. I know that this is going to be an improvement from the first Captain Marvel, because sorry, don't worry, I'm feeling okay. It's just a coincidence, but yeah, the Mar- the Marvels is my least in this excited, mainly because the first Captain Marvel was my least favorite MCU film, but despite the Marvels is my least excited, I think this could actually surprise me. I think this could actually be an improvement from the first one. Now, yeah, let me tell you the reasons why. First of all, it's not an origin story. Yeah, because I think the origin story was probably the my biggest issue with the first Captain Marvel, because it was just so. like bland, so thinly written, and I didn't really like Captain Marvel's origin story. So taking the origin story out, maybe we can see like do you think Captain Marvel can actually grow and be people say she's gonna be. People rumor that she could be the new Avengers leader, which I'll get to the Avengers. It's gonna be the last thing I'll talk about. But first they taking on the origin story, and I heard that this is gonna be like a Black Widow kind of movie. This is gonna be which but you guys know that I defend Black Widow. I think Black Widow is one of the most underrated MCU films. Shame we don't have a Yelena solo film yet, but yeah, it's gonna be similar to Black Widow according to the director, and I can't wait. Um, and there's also how do I say this? Oh yeah, Miss. I'm excited to see Miss Marvel in this. Now I still think the Miss Marvel show was a disappointment. I think it could have been better, but I love the character so much. I think she can be in the better project with a better script. Maybe Avengers could be her best appearance, but again, I'll get to that later. Love Kamala, but I just hope that she's actually goes into a project, a movie or show with an actual good script, and I can love this character even more. I think, yeah. And also, I'm excited for the villain, played by Zoe Ashton. I think she has potential to be a great villain. That's all. But I still think I still have concerns with the Marvels. Especially if I'm better of that the overrated the piece of garbage I is Candyman. I don't want to talk about Candyman. But then now let's talk about some of the shows. I know there's a Loki season two. I hope it's better than the first season. I There's Agatha Coven of Chaos, Echo and Ironheart. I don't really have anything to say about that personally. But the shows I want to talk about, there's probably two shows I want to talk about. First up is Daredevil Born Again. Love Daredevil so much. It's probably my favorite show of 2015, alongside Star vs. the Fourth Evil. I'm not sure which was truly my favorite show of the year of 2015, but Daredevil is one of the best superhero shows, one of the best Netflix shows in my opinion, easily top 10. And I but I know many people are complaining that they could Disneyfy Daredevil, but here's why I think Born Again could work. First of all, 18 episodes. And I love the whole 80 episodes thing. I mean, which means that 80, we can have more expansion. We can have more stories. We can actually flesh them out and have more character arcs, and maybe have a better stronger story. I know people complain that the MC shows usually have 6 episodes. I'm personally fine with that, but I think 80 episodes could be good too. And also, yeah, I do. Considering that the Marvel Zombies is going to be TVMA, I trust that Marvel could make this a TVMA as well. And also they mentioned they're doing Deadpool 3 in the MCU, which and good, let's stick to already. So maybe Daredevil Born Again could be TVMA. Who knows? And by the way, that's probably the main reason why I think Multiverse Saga could be better than the Phase Saga, because they're actually taking risks. They're actually they're actually bringing in R-rated projects, and that's something that was never done before in the Infinity Saga. But my most anticipated live action MCU show, Marvel Zombies is still my most anticipated, but my most anticipated of the live action ones is Secret Invasion. Yeah, I'm definitely down for a Secret Invasion. Like Nick Fury and Thanos are battling the Skrulls. This is a Skrull film. Talos was probably my favorite character in Captain Marvel, and the only character I liked actually. Talos was the best character in Captain Marvel for me, so I'm excited to see him return as Nick Fury as a main character. And I thought it was gonna be a political thriller, which is they nailed the political aspect in Civil War, especially Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I think gets way too much hate. But yeah, the main reason why I'm excited for Secret Invasion actually is because of Emilia Clarke. Yeah, Emilia Clarke is such an underrated actress, and she's probably one of my big celebrity crushes. So having Emilia Clarke in Secret Invasion in the MCU, I'm definitely down for that. I hope they make her one of my top MCU crushes. But yeah, now we got three more MCU movies to talk about. I'm done with the shows actually. First off, Fantastic Four. Now, I will admit it's probably my second least excited MCU movie behind the Marvels. Now, I am still hyped for Fantastic Four, but I just think it gets a little too much hyped. No, I don't even think hype is an overstatement. I think I'm just excited. Now, I do have my skepticisms because maybe this could be another MCU film that got a rotten score, the second one after Eternals. And yeah, I'm not a fan of Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of it. But yeah, yeah, I everyone knows how bad the 2050 is. I don't like the Tim Story version as well. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. So, but the Fantastic Four, what the potential that this has is that they could probably do make a great director. I mean, Brad Bird. I mean, I think people say Brad Bird should direct it. I agree. I think Brad Bird should be the director. Because Brad Bird did the Incredibles, which is basically the animated version of Fantastic Four. It's basically a Fantastic Four knockoff, but better than Fantastic Four, and I mean a million times better. And Incredibles 2 is my favorite Pixar film, by the way, for those who didn't know. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but yeah, Incredibles 2 is my favorite Pixar film. I'll make a video essay explain why it's my favorite Pixar film soon, but yeah. And also, I think the cast has potential. I'm excited to see the cast for Fantastic Four. John Krasinski, sorry, I don't pronounce his name. I suck at pronouncing his name. But yeah, he was in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness as Reed Richards, so I'm full confident that he could be Mr. Fantastic again in this movie. Emily Blunt is sent to play Invisible Woman, but oh yeah, there's also one thing that really excites me is that there's a rumor that Kristen Bell is going to be Invisible Woman, and yep, I mean Kristen Bell, my favorite actress of all time. If Kristen Bell actually plays Invisible Woman, if she actually gets the role, then Fantastic Four could be my favorite, could skyrocket as my most anticipated MCU project, and I think it could be the best superhero film ever made, no matter what I think of the other Fantastic Four films. So yeah, I already know this is gonna be the best Fantastic Four film, with or without Kristen Bell, but I think that this could be a good Fantastic Four film. But I just don't know how good it will be. I don't know what the critics will think of this, but yeah, yeah, I'm excited to see yeah, the others as well. I'm not sure it's gonna be Human Torch, the Thing and Doom, but we'll just see. And now time for the main course of this video, the main topic, the Avengers movies. Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. I am pumped for this. Now, I'm not as pumped as Kang Dynasty. I'm not excited for it. Not as excited because I don't think it's gonna be like one of the best Avengers movies. I'm not really attracted to this kind of storyline. Even I've never read the comics, but it doesn't really get me get me pumped for it. I mean, I knew they're gonna make an Avengers 5, but Kang Dynasty just doesn't make me pump for it. But yeah, I'm still totally hyped for it. Yeah. But Secret Wars is my favorite comic book figure. I have the comic book for Secret Wars, and I'll say it again. It is my favorite comic book. Period. Like, I love the storylines. I love the everything. I actually have the 2015 edition for it. Wait, was it 2015? I don't know. It was either 2015 or 17. I forgot, but who cares? Secret Wars is gonna be the biggest, most bombastic and movie ever made. I mean, even surpassing Return of the King. It's gonna be. I mean, if they actually stay true to the comics, it's gonna be something really big, bombastic, and it could even dethrone Endgame as the longest MCU movie ever with maybe 3 hours, 3.5 hours actually, or maybe 3 hours and 10 minutes, something like that. But yeah, but now the question is, who's going to be in the Avengers? Now this is something that I think that I've overstayed my welcome at this point. It's correct. the video is currently clocking at 25 minutes as I'm recording this. So there's gonna be another video about the D23, which when I'll be talking about my predictions for the members. Either I'll talk about them in D23 or I'll make a separate video. I'll make it as a single video. I'll think about it, but yeah. So yeah, that's all for my thoughts on Phase 5 and 6. So yeah, I think the Multiverse Saga could be the best MCU saga yet. I'm loving it so far. I think the MCU is overhated right now. So yeah, that was all for my very long video about it. Are you hyped for the new MCU movies? What's your most anticipated MCU project or movie or show? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for more videos. My next video is probably gonna be my review on Prey, and then I'm gonna be making a video about my hope for D23, and like I said, maybe a movie about my predictions for Secret Wars. I'll be discussing more about this in my D23 video, which I'm excited to do. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also my review of Lock is the animated movie Lock is coming. So yeah, stay tuned. Bye guys.